Hello parents, hello children, hope you all are doing good. I am Gayatri Singh, your computer teacher. This week we are starting with a new chapter, that is your input output process and storage devices. As you can see on the screen, we are having a computer with main parts. Computer has four main parts without which we are unable to work on a computer. As you can see, we have CPU, keyboard, mouse and monitor. Without mouse you can't draw. Without keyboard you can't enter letters or numbers on the screen. Without monitor you won't be able to see what work you are doing. And without CPU, as it's a brain of a computer, without it you can't function at all. Okay, so we are starting with the full form of a computer. Now I'll show you what is the full form of a computer. Okay, now C for commonly, O for operated, M for machine, P for particularly, U for used for, and T for technical, E for educational, and R for research. Computer stands for commonly operated machine, particularly used for technical and educational research. Okay, we are moving on to the next screen where we are going to learn about the proper definition of a computer. Okay, now we have a computer is an electronic device, any device which runs with electricity, such as your fridge, your TV, your microwave. Okay, that accepts data and instructions as raw material, okay, without which it will not be able to work. Okay, if you won't input anything, how will you get the result? Okay, so data and instruction works as an input given by the user. Who is the user? We are the user. Okay, until and unless we give some data or instruction to the computer, it won't work. Okay, now what happens when we give data and instruction to the computer processes them accordingly. Accordingly means if we are typing the letters, it will show us the letters, and um, if we are doing any mathematical problem, so it will give us the result of that mathematical problem. Okay, processes them accordingly and gives meaningful result. So this definition can be summarized in this small format or an image in which we have input, process, output and storage. Okay, in the earlier classes you have learned about the input, process, output only, but here we are attaching this new thing, storage. As you can see over here in our first box, we have input. What will come under the input box? The data and the instruction. Okay, and here who is the user? We are the user, as we are inputting the data and instruction into the computer. We can insert data or information with the help of this keyboard and the mouse. Now comes the process. In the process, we have CPU, where all the work is being done, or the process of working on the given data and instruction is done. Now we have the output. With the help of this monitor, we will be able to see the final result of the process data and instruction given by us. Okay. Now with the storage, we have this pen drive, or you can use CDs also to store the data for the later use. This storage is directly related to the process or the CPU. Now we move on to the next image. Now we are going to see the real life example of input, process, output and storage. In the first image we have these raw vegetables which works as the raw material. Now in the process we are cooking these raw material or the vegetables, and this process is called cooking. In the output we have the final result or the ready to eat food. Okay, in the storage option we have these boxes to store the leftovers. In the same way, CPU works as the processor, and it also stores the data for later use. Now I have a question for you. I have these three pictures with me, but these are shuffled. You need to tell me which picture will come under the input, process, and output respectively. In the first picture, the boy is drawing. In the next picture, the boy has completed the drawing. And in the last picture, the boy is ready with the drawing material. So certainly in input, this raw material will come as the boy is ready with the material. In the process of making the drawing will come in, and in the output, the completed drawing will come. Okay? Yes, in this way. Now over here, as you can see, we have computer with input as in keyboard and mouse, and process as a CPU, and output as in your printer and monitor. And we have an example of a mathematical problem. Here, with the help of these input devices, if we are inputting 2 plus 3 into the computer, the CPU will work with these numbers and will add them and will give the output as 5 on the monitor screen. So this example is very clear to everyone.